welcome back. Today we'll be looking at variables in JavaScript. So variables are nothing but container in the computer memory. So let's take an instance. You want to store your name. Let's say I want to store my name here. So I would need a variable, and we can give that variable, maybe let's say I'm assigning a value right now to this variable. So let's say this is my username. So let's say I also want to save my age. In JavaScript, I can create a variable age, and then I would give it my age here. Then let's say I'm creating another variable address here, and then I'm giving this particular value to this address, Abuja, Nigeria. So if you look at this now, a variable starts with the var keywords, then the name of the variable, which can be anything, but we have some rules for naming our variables. So variables cannot start with a number. The variable name cannot start with a number. So that means I cannot have one username. So it cannot start with a number. So right now, let's go ahead and try to print this on the screen to see what username is actually storing. So here I'll be printing username to the screen. So if I save this, you see it's printing Arundel here, because that is what is stored inside the username. So we have the sign here. This is called the assignment operator. So what that means is that we're assigning whatever is on the left hand side to the right hand side. So in terms is that we have different types of data here. So looking at instance where I want to store my age, it's not in code. So if you're putting anything in quotes, it means it is a string. But for this particular example, you see the 20 is not in code because it's a number. So let's see why we don't put numbers in code. So I'll come here and then I'll do maybe age, you see, plus age. I can save this. You see, we're having 40 on the screen because age is 20, and we said that is a number. So let's take an instance where I get to put a code around this, so it get to see this as a string. So instead of summing them, it's going to join them together. So you see I have 20. So wherever you're working with numbers, you don't put them in quote, so that you can be able to perform simple arithmetic with those numbers. So let's go ahead and look at some other data type. The first one here, we said this is a string, and then this one here we said is a number, and then this is also, I think you can guess that by now, this is a string also. So let's explore other data type. Let's say var, we can put is married here, is married. So here I can put false here. So this is a boolean. So boolean is also another data type. Boolean takes in either true or false. That is for the boolean. So here I could just actually come down here and said we can print is married. So is married now would be false, because it's holding false, so it can either be true or false. So let's convert this to true, save it. You see it's married automatically now change to true. So let's also explore other types here. So what if I have this and then I don't know the type, or we want to check the type for this particular variable? What it does is that JavaScript will allow us to check the type. So I can come here and say, let's say I want to check the type. So I could do this type of, yeah, type of. So type of is married, if I save this, you see the type of Ismarit is boolean. I can do that with username here. I can come check the type of username because we want to check the data type. You see, we're having string or type of age, which will give us number. Here you see we're having number. So let's look at the other type here, which we can say var, let's say salary. So for now we can put salary equals to null. Null is also another data type, but null is different from zero. Null means nothing, there is nothing there, but zero is actually a value. So if you're seeing null, it's not the same with zero. So we can print in salary, but you know here we've not defined anything here. So you see it's giving us type null here. So we have other ways of declaring our variable, which we're going to look at them at the course of this. So we have let, we can put let a equals to 5, or there are times whereby if you want a fixed value, we can use the keyword const. Let's say I can put pi and then equals to, let's say 3.142. So if you don't want the value of your item to change, we can use the const keyword to declare a constant. So as time goes on, we'll be exploring how to use the let and then the const in our program. So for today, we'll be stopping